Hey everyone, today we're going to do a few things on this video. The first thing is I'm going to introduce the concept of what we're learning about, which is cause and effect. And the cause of something is why something happens. The effect is what that something is, what happened. So we're going to start by sorting some pictures that I have that help us talk about the cause and effect. For now, we're going to work on someone is going to give us the cause of something, and we have to figure out what the effect is. Then, after we do this activity, I'm going to give you some discussion questions that you can talk about with your family members. You can talk about it now, or you can talk about it later, maybe during dinner time or some other time, where it's just to get you thinking about cause and effect. You don't have to send them back, but if we were in the classroom, these would be the kinds of discussions we would be having that I would have you turn and talk to a neighbor. So let's get started. So our first cause is it's raining. So because it's raining, we want to do something to keep ourselves dry. And what that is the effect. That effect is I'm going to use an umbrella and put on a raincoat so that I don't get wet in the rain. And I'm going to put that on a chart where it shows that because this is happening, because it's raining, the reason why it's happening is it's raining. So therefore, I have to wear a raincoat and carry an umbrella, which is the cause for the rain. The effect is the umbrella. The next one is a little bit trickier. Here we have somebody watering a pot of plants. So we don't see the plant yet. So in order for it to become a plant, we have to water it. So because we watered it, the plant will be able to grow and live. If we didn't water it, so if this had an X on it and saying we did not water it, the plant would not be alive. We would see a dead plant. But because we water it, the plant lives. And that's not very straight, but that's okay. So then the last one is we've lost a tooth. And when you lose a tooth, you put it under your pillow. And why do we put it under our pillow? So that the tooth fairy will come and take our tooth. So again, the cause is we lost our tooth. The effect is the tooth fairy is going to come take it. Why is the tooth fairy coming to take it? Because we lost our tooth. Why was the plant able to live? Because we watered it. Why did we need an umbrella and raincoat? Because it was raining. So now I'm going to give you 2 questions to talk about with your family. And I want you to think about what part of that question is the cause and what part is the effect. So what would happen if you went to the zoo? Again, what would happen if you went to the zoo? Sometimes a cause can have many effects. The same thing is not going to happen to, let's say, Frances if she goes to the zoo. That's going to happen to Jake if he goes to the zoo. They may see different animals. They may get different things. And some of these things but they're all because they went to the zoo. Now, I know that makes me a little sad. I wish I could go to the zoo right now. And the last question I want you to talk about with your family is what would happen if you left? This is a pretty easy one. What would happen if you left a bowl of ice cream in the sun? So the cause in this case is the bowl of ice cream being out in the sun. What is happening is the effect. So now we're going to take the concept of cause and effect and apply it to this book that we're going to read today. After we read the book, we're going to complete this. Sorry, it's hard to keep it in the frame. This worksheet of cause and effect. And I will go over that after we read. So, Click, Clack Moo, Cows That Type, written by Doreen Cronin. So she's the author because she writes the words. and pictures by Betsy Lewin. She is the illustrator. We have the front cover, the back cover, and the spine of the book. So we're going to skip over some of our concepts up front right now and get started on the actual story. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. He doesn't look very happy. It's hard to turn the pages. At first, he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible! Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets? No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. So we have two vocabulary words in that story on this page. First, we have to find out what is a typewriter. And a typewriter is similar to a computer. You type on it to write down what you want to say. However, there still are some typewriters, but it's not used very often because we have computers. A typewriter was from a long time ago. People would type on it and they would write something down, but they couldn't look at it and change it and figure out what they want to do and save it. They would write it and it would print right away onto a piece of paper. So if you made a mistake, it was really hard to fix. You'd have to use something like this whiteout here, but it was built into the typewriter that it would white it out for you, but it made it really difficult. And I apologize if the video just froze because it looked like it may have. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the busy cows at work. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. The next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard them. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. The word impatient is another vocabulary word, and that means that they weren't willing to wait anymore. They were tired of waiting. Cows that type, hens on strike, who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. The word neutral means that he didn't pick sides. He didn't care. He didn't agree with the cows and the hens or Farmer Brown. An ultimatum means that you say this is going to happen or else. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Duck knocked on the door early in the morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. So now they're saying if you give us electric blankets, we'll give you the typewriter and we won't type anymore, so they'll be able to get their milk and the eggs, or he will be able to. The next morning, he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack, quack. So now, the end. The ducks thought that maybe they'd give it a shot and see if they could get something. But we don't know what happened. There's other books in this series that you can read to find out. So now, to get to our assignment for the day, you are going to be working on this worksheet here. It's called Click, Clack, Moo, Cause and Effect. So down this side here are all of the causes. And then you have this sheet here, which are all of the effects. It says, listen to the read aloud first. Cut out the different effects and glue them into the correct box with the matching cause. So, our first cause says the cows are cold at night. So, because they were cold, what did they do? The cows write a note to Farmer Brown requesting blankets. Farmer Brown gives the animals electric blankets. The cows leave a note saying they will not give milk, or the cows leave a note saying there will be no more milk and eggs. So I'm going to read you all of these, but I've read you all of the effects, and you're going to cut them out and glue them to match. So the cows are cold at night. Which of the other ones that I read go for the effect? Farmer Brown ignores, this is number 2. Farmer Brown ignores the first note. Is the effect. The cows write a note to Farmer Brown requesting blankets, which is this one. Farmer Brown gives the animals electric blankets. The cows leave a note saying they will not give milk, or the cows leave a note saying there will be no more milk and eggs. Number 3, Farmer Brown ignores, and again, we're going back to the causes, why something happened. Farmer Brown ignores the note asking for blankets for the hens this time. And the effects. The cows write a note to Farmer Brown requesting blankets. Farmer Brown gives the animals electric blankets. The cows leave a note saying they will not give milk, or the cows leave a note saying there will be no more milk and eggs. And the last cause, which is the cows give Farmer Brown their typewriters in exchange for blankets, which means they trade. They say, if we give you the typewriters back, then you will give us electric blankets so that we can stay warm. And again, the cows write a note to Farmer Brown requesting blankets. Is that the effect? Farmer Brown gives the animals electric blankets. The cows leave a note saying they will not give milk, or the cows leave a note saying there will be no more milk and eggs. So your job will be to match all of these, cut these out, and glue them to which effect they go to. So I hope that we have learned, in conclusion, that the cause is why something happens, and the effect is what happened. And after you're done, I look forward to seeing what you come up with. And you can color the pictures. And I look forward to seeing them. I'm going to post different videos for all of our concepts, so that way we can watch and have a little bit more interaction, since unfortunately the Zoom meetings are not working as well as we would like them to. All right, so I hope that if you have any questions, you'll reach out. If not, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.